With me on the set is none other than Captain Emilly Otekat. He's a flight captain, he's not a soldier. The man at the center of ensuring the revival of the Uganda Airlines. He has just returned from the United States with his colleagues who are handling the project. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Captain Emilly Otekat.
Thank you very much, WBS.
Well, what's the progress of reviving the defunct Uganda Airlines, more especially giving us an insight into your tour to the United States, meeting the company that is willing to supply us with the
aeroplanes.
The airplanes.
Yeah. We were a team of 4. Myself, Captain Otekat, John Emilly, actually as the team leader, and then the CEO of Uganda Air Cargo Corporation, Engineer Kiankia, with the CEO of Uganda Air Cargo Corporation, and then an engineer again in the civil aviation who works closely with
this
civil
time
aviation.
these were professional engineers.
Yes,
and,
these are professional engineers.
Knowledgeable in the civil aviation.
Very knowledgeable.
Not rally drivers
And
as we saw in the past.
and they are even pilots. They are engineers as well as pilots.
Proceed.
Yeah. So even me, I'm a pilot, of course, by profession. By
The
training.
fact is getting surprised to understand that they were
Right.
rally drivers.
Yeah.
As it was in the
No,
past.
these are real engineers, trained and with a professional background in engineering, and they're even pilots. They have an added advantage of being engineers as well as pilots.
Proceed with the
Then we
details.
had with us an American, is called Johnson. Johnson was our link in America.
What's his knowledge in civil aviation?
He has been flying for the last 30 years. He's now an instructor in one of the schools in America, instructing pilots, and he was our link from there.
Which company did you go to? Because when you say you went to America, tell us which company,
We went
which
to
Boeing?
the company, you know where Seattle is?
Yeah.
We went to Boeing, and we wanted to chart out ways of making sure that Uganda, in its effort to revive the national airline, gets the best aircrafts in this world. Showed us samples of their aircrafts. We saw many of them. But the one we preferred for Uganda to start a national airline, for a start, we thought Boeing 737 Series 500, which carries 200 passengers, would be the best for us to start with. Boeing 737 Series 500, carrying 200 passengers, would be the best for us to start with. And it would be better for us to start with 4.
Interim reports indicate that His Excellency wants 6.
Yeah, His Excellency.
Why are you pushing for 4?
We need to start with 6. And I buy the President's idea that we start with 6, if the money is available. I know the money will be available. I understand the issue is being discussed at cabinet level, which to me is very good. Because we have written our report when we came back from, we were there for 3 weeks. We're in the United States for 3 weeks.
Stick yourself to the Boeings.
Yes.
Now, tell us.
Yes.
The airworthiness of the Boeing, under what terms and conditions is this Seattle company, the Boeing company, willing to offer you 4 planes for a start?
For them, they wanted us to buy new aircraft, and that to me, that's the best. We buy new aircraft. And 2, when we bought new aircraft, they were offering to train our pilots initially. If there are going to be 6 airplanes they will give us, then they'll train 12 pilots. And they'll train for us 12 engineers, professionally trained from America. They'll not train them even from here. They'll train them from the USA.
Uganda.
To make Ugandans. That is building the capacity of Ugandans to be able to fly their own aircraft. 3, while they are training our professionals, they will provide their own pilots and engineers in the interim period, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years, to fly the aircraft, because they are very conscious of 1, safety of the passengers. 2, how we manage time when we are flying aircraft. 3, customer care, how we take care of the passengers while they're with us. Now, those are the areas they want to train us in. First and foremost, a trained professional pilot who will make sure that the safety of the passengers is 110%, because that is paramount. We don't need any passenger or anybody to be worried that when they are flying Uganda Airlines, they will not be safe. We want that to be an issue that is settled. If you don't have professionally trained pilots, then that airline is prone to accidents because pilots would make mistakes. 90% of plane crashes is because of pilot error.
Give us the feel of the airworthiness of the preferred aeroplanes, Boeings
yeah,
that you have zeroed on and made you are preferring to make recommendation to the president to buy your preference for Ugandans. What is their airworthiness? Are they versatile to operate in our sub-Saharan climate?
Yeah. The Boeing, especially 737, it seats 4 people in a row. That's why it takes about 200 passengers. That is 2 passengers, then aisle, then another 2 passengers on this side. So you can have 1 A, B on this side, then C, D on this side. So 4 people in a row, and with 1 aisle in the middle. That is a good start for Ugandans to start with. We can't start with maybe an aircraft that is carrying 400 passengers. That would be too heavy for us. And the good thing with Boeing is it is built to adapt to any weather, any environment. That's why you see many countries here in the tropics and then in the temperate regions, they are using Boeing because it's adaptability. It's made of material that relaxes according to the weather. If it is cold, then it adapts to that cold weather. If it is hot, it adapts to that weather. It expands when it's hot. When it's cold, it cools down. But it doesn't affect its flight so much, depending on where it's going. But it cannot break whether it is very cold or not, because some aircraft, when it goes from a cold place to a very hot place, then the expansion is too much and some cracks are made.
You met these gentlemen
in America.
In America.
Yeah.
How much does each Boeing going to go for the type that you want?
The ones we saw in America, I think are going to go for
each
an equivalent of about. Can I round it to about 30
million pounds?
30 million pounds. About 30 million pounds. $million, not pounds, dollars. If you convert that, it will mean something like, is it 90 billion or whatever? 90 billion or whatever.
We're talking about 90 billion.
90 billion shillings each. And that is, Uganda government can afford that without any problem. Even if it went to 120 billion, we'll be able to afford it. Because we need, if we are going to buy 4 aircraft, then we need something like 400 to 500 billion to purchase 4 aircraft. And that's what Uganda can afford. Now, the good thing is they are not very expensive like other aircraft. They are manageable to fly in the tropics, like Africa, Uganda is in the tropics. And then they are easy to maneuver because they have modern computers, they have modern equipment in it, they have autopilot. So it will not be a very big problem for Ugandan pilots to adapt.
We have seen the expansion of Entebbe Airport is going on.
Yes.
You have
by the Chinese.
Yeah, you have progressed into procurement of these 4 aircrafts. Now, what's the progress on returning the leased out or sold out routes that were meant, which belong to Uganda Airlines? Yeah.
One of the issues we have looked at, and I'm sure government is upfront with that already, is reclaiming our routes. Some of the routes were sold to other airlines.
Sold, not leased.
Not leased. Well, they were leased. Call it leased.
Sold.
Sold. Now we have to reclaim those routes. But those are not the routes we want to start with immediately.
What's the fear?
For instance, no, don't want to start with those because of the competition.
What's the fear?
Because of the competition.
But if you are hiring experts to do for you the job, where
we shall reclaim those routes later. Uganda has had, before the Uganda Airlines corrupt, we had so many routes. One to Heathrow in the UK, to Rome in Italy, even to Brussels, even to South Africa, even to DRC here we had a route, even to Kigali we had a route, even to Nairobi we had a route, even to South Africa we had even a route to Nigeria. We had so many routes. Yeah, now, France, yeah. For us to start, we can reclaim those routes, all of them if we want them. However, not to bring a lot of confusion within the region. There is a route that we are sure we shall claim. That is the Entebbe-Nairobi route. That route is very lucrative. There's a route we are sure we shall reclaim. That is the Entebbe-Johannesburg route, South Africa. There's a route we think we shall reclaim. That is the Heathrow, Entebbe-Heathrow route.
Because most Ugandans going to the UK, to the US, they go
and
through
from there, those who are going beyond the UK can get connections. Now, we don't want to start big, but we want to start sustainably. And 6 aeroplanes for a start is a very good start for Uganda.
Thanks, Captain Emilly Otekat, for joining me on this interactive news segment.